Mulberry doing good.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get some berries in next year.
Yeah, this is really cool because you guys got that first. I mean, obviously you got a whole year of things that can grow, but when you get, again, the summers out here, like that's where you can just maximize all that energy that's just being injected into the property. So you got a lot of that. Now we'll go into a fall and a winter. Some things will drop leaves. You got deciduous trees. You can use those trees on purpose that provide mulch. Right, because they're dropping their leaves back into the system.
Most of the end plants, right, are chop and drops.
Yeah, they're definitely. Look at that guy.
I know.
How did he do that? We've been gone for 3 months.
I know.
Guy's like 10 feet tall.
He's happy with our soil.
Look at all that mass that you have right there. Let's go show him this.
Yeah.
So this big old plant. I don't remember how big
it was. Literally this tall.
Okay, so there you go.
And it was a small cluster.
So you're talking about. I mean, it's grown in 8 times its size and maybe 4 times in its mass. So you're talking about a 30 times multiplier here of just volume. So where's your mulch come from? You don't have to go buy it, you guys. You grow it. You know what I mean? So this is the organic matter that gets recycled back into the system. And when you look at the chaos of the forest, this is why I love the analogy. When you look out there,
so if you look in the forest,
what it's doing.
You can actually see in the forest, it's chaotic. It's dynamic.
It's recycling itself. It's consuming itself, but there's a more accurate word. It's digesting itself.
It's digesting.
Right? It's metabolizing itself. It's recycling. So that's what, so we can come in here through intervention, right? And chop it down. And now we lay it down, and that suppresses the unwanted plants, or the weeds that we call them, which all a weed is just an unwanted plant. Citrus trees could be weeds if you don't want them, right? So we're laying that down and we're putting the organic matter back into the soil and just stabilizing the system over time. What else we got over here? Oh, a fruit tree right here. We got a mango right behind it.
Right.
Young fruit trees are always good to kind of protect them, in my opinion. So he's kind of got friends right now while he's young.
And maybe that's why this grew so fast, to protect what was adjacent, because they do communicate.
Yep.
They understand the needs. Yeah.
Yeah, I do believe we inoculated your soil with some, I can't not pull the mulch back here.
They did. You did inoculate the soil.
Yeah, so by doing that, we are bringing in all that mycelial network, which is I would say it to people, mushrooms are the fruit to the mycelium. And to me, the mycelium is the communication network. They're exchanging nutrients and everything like that. They're communicating who needs what. And this is just good to do for the tree here. So now you can see how we can see this root ball right here. We can see a little bit of the lungs, excuse me. This is called the buttress. You'll see these roots start to prong out almost with the main tree in the middle. As it matures, it's a really good sign of a healthy tree.
How do you eat those?
Looks good.
I think
that's more chaya. Oh,
no, Riley.
What's up, dude?
Awesome.
What's up, man?
Scott,
going
you're
crazy,
videotaped.
Another running camera on. What's up, dude?
Good to see you.
Absolutely. How are you?
What do you think of everything?
Spartacus.
This is what we go for.
It looks awesome.
This is what we're looking for. No, it's all
you're
just
good.
running.
You're good. Part of the journey.
Right.
This looks fantastic. I mean, everything's doing so well.
You guys caught the moisture season. What is that?
Shrimp.
All right, I'll take one. Yep. I just started eating eggs again, and seafood's been for a couple months.
Hey, you know what? So if you think about all the places in the world.
That's good.
Right?
One more?
Say one more.
They're awesome. Cameron, you can have more. Where the blue zones in the world, they're all located mostly around the water. So I really always think the pescatarian diet.
Plants we can actually eat. That's what I want to
know. We've been going through that.
I just shared this with somebody. We're in our 2nd year, and we're really starting to notice how much we get to eat from it. Yeah. So I want to let you guys know, like, it just keeps going. First year is kind of like, cool. If you get something, great. But like that 2nd year.
Can we grow a shrimp plant? You think you can do that?
Maybe that pond just needs to be a little bit deeper.
And then we can all right.
Hey, your beautiful face is going to be on there, on the video.
And I got my tape on. You see, when Andrew gave me these tapes to get rid of my wrinkles.
His face mask that he uses for sleep apnea, because he knows the importance of oxygen coming through his nose at night is huge. So
I'm good.
One more. Come on.
Scott's like a Jewish grandmother.
I'm always so.
I bring the fruit. He gives me the shrimp.
That's right. We got the vegetables too.
This is true.
Hey, that's my house. That's my wheelhouse.
I had to tie a couple of the plants up because they're growing so well that they get up. And this one I just had to tie this up because the whole thing kind of fell over and fractured. But I think we just got to get stronger.
Oh, these guys, dude, I'd hack them I'd hack the whole thing. They grow so fast.
So what is this?
This is a cranberry hibiscus.
That's a cranberry hibiscus. That's the one I put in our salad all the time, love.
So
know what else you do?
This one.
Drop this in with some vinegar, avocado oil, and a little bit of salt into your Vitamix and create a dressing.
Oh, we can do that.
It's so good.
I just threw a whole bunch of these away.
So let's say it one more
they
time
grow
for
so
listeners.
fast. There's
Hold on one second. So we're going to put it in the Vitamix, right? We're going to put that. How many? Just about a handful?
Yeah, just a solid handful.
Some
depending
olive
on how
oil.
much.
We could have been eating these the whole time.
Yes,
We have
dude,
been
come
eating
out
them.
and eat
Scott,
them.
I've been sticking them in our salad, sweetheart.
Don't do too much all at
Yes,
once.
we have been doing
these are one of those like moderation type, but
No,
it's just
all
like anything.
the
You don't
citrus
want to do
flavors
too
in our
much.
salad have been having these cranberry hibiscus
There
in
you
there.
go.
And then the other one over there, the rosella.
What's this thing?
That's a sea salad tree. You can eat that as well. I know we were going to talk about this, but so find, again, the younger growth is always the most tender. So sometimes I kind of rub it off if there's anything you don't like on there.
So these big ones you don't want to eat then.
Yeah, they're probably too far gone. But again, right there, that's a perfect example of why you want to cut so often, because right now you go, look at all this like food that I have, but it's like, do I really want the old leaves? You know what I mean? I probably want fresher growth.
Well, you can put it down as your compost.
Yep, you cut it and chop it down, and then you get that baby growth. It's really common with the moringas as well. It's like you want to get that young growth. That's when it just tastes so good.
Yeah, you know what? My moringa, I need to try to zip
good,
that
dude.
down because I'm not getting new growth.
Dude,
See you, brother.
I'll see you before I leave.
Okay.
Okay, all right, brother.
So very good. Very, very good.
Pig's looking good.
Very exciting.
This is cool. I didn't know we were doing this.
So look at this back here. This is a little messy. This is where I need your people to come in and help me. I've been cleaning up here.
Yep.
I need more cleanup, but the ground cover is growing. But that back there is a disaster. I can't even get back there to take stuff because I'm
Look
scared
at
of
that.
snakes.
Oh my gosh. That actually has a really cool effect. Do you guys like that?
I love it. I totally
So
love it.
cool.
Except the problem is we need to put some mosquito plants in here. Like
There's
citronella, we need to have, because when you have
tadpoles.
standing water, you're going to grow the
Yeah, you guys
weeds.
kind of are in that spot. I think the biggest thing is attracting, we can put some bat houses up.
Okay.
So for those who got mosquitoes, who
Yeah.
got mosquitoes in tropical areas, bringing in bat houses
So
and
we could put
attracting
some
dragonflies.
Can you help it? We have a lot of dragonflies, so we
Yeah.
noticed an increase in dragonflies for
Cool.
sure. But
Very
maybe if do you guys have access to that, you can bring them in.
The plants
The
or the
bat
bat houses?
houses,
I
yeah.
mean, we can just find one online.
Okay,
I do
okay.
the same thing you would do.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a little bit of a little much on the grass there, but
Yeah, it is, and that's why when you guys come out, I think.
I mean,
that'd
you know
be
what's funny
helpful.
though? It worked. That's the highest point. If you really think about it, this is how
Right.
this was designed, where the water comes down and it basically chooses two ways to go.
Right.
So for those of you guys watching and taking a look at this, what happened was this was just a big black mud pit.
It was muddy, muddy, muddy.
So much mosquitoes, right? Here's one
Yeah,
thing. I
yeah,
bet you
yeah,
it's
yeah.
lighter,
Oh yeah, mosquitoes
Right?
are definitely lighter.
right? So what we wanted to do back here was, again, we didn't want to just remove this and just be like, we just want to push the water out, or we just want to just dig a hole and not use it. What we did was, now the water comes down the hill, and first of all, you've already seen these swells and these berms that captures the water. But now when it comes down here, this is, believe it or not, slowly soaking into the ground. It's just in an area that's got so much water, right?
Right.
But it's slowly soaking in. So you have all this vegetation, and now you're turning a natural resource in water into vegetation that feeds insects, birds, and plants, and creates homes and habitats for them, right? So when we're degrading soil and we're spraying stuff that's killing those, this is in actuality the measurable solution to building life on this planet.
Right.
This is not like, this is not my opinion. This is not woo-woo. This is actually
science.
how you harness natural resources and turn it into a habitat for life.
Right. And you know what's great? We not just the bat houses. We can put. I've been wanting to put beehives back here
I bet you
because
that'd be
we
cool.
need bees, and bees are so important. But the glyphosate, which is being sprayed on our foods across the nation, and it's actually infecting our bees and causing a harm to their population. So we really need to be vocal about not purchasing foods that have been sprayed with pesticides, especially glyphosate, because it not just hurts the animals, it hurts us too when we eat those foods.
I literally just did a video. It's like when you look at the state of everything that's going on, it's so overwhelming, right? It's like you can't make an impact on that level. You can't.
Right.
It's true, you can't, right? But
if
you just
every
look
single
at,
one of us
exactly
does a small bit
Yep.
of work and purchase and respond and support our
Mhm.
farmers and grow a little bit of herbs maybe,
Yep.
and then maybe put beehives in your backyard, even though you may not be the beekeeper,
Yep.
or even keep the bees. Let the bees do their own thing
even
in the
this,
hive.
like this is just native plants.
Yeah.
Just by putting in trees and native vegetation, wherever you grow, just growing what you grow in that environment, you are contributing to the solution.
Right.
It's actual, it's measurable. You will see the insects come and start to live in your
It's really
environment.
cool. Even the kids said to me, Mom, look at all these cool dragonflies that are in our yard. It's very cool to see it. And I had a little cute snake today that was a rat snake. People worry about rat snake, but they keep everything in control. It was wonderful. He didn't want to see me. I saw him. I said hello, and then I continued to weed this morning. So you wouldn't think I weeded back here. I didn't get down this far.
This is, I mean, to be honest, this is kind of what we were going back here. A whole bunch of vegetation that's just working together, and looks like it's definitely doing it. This is really cool. Very fun. What I don't see is just black muck just sitting someplace. There's a little bit in the swell, but that's why the swell is there. Yeah. So this is good. Yeah. This is good.
Some of that black mud is rich soil too.
Some of the, other than what's in the north, I was told that's the richest, Riley had told me that. Right. That black muck is the richest soil.
That's right. Other than what I actually had one of the French guys that was working with you guys who actually said to me, go into your forest, get the dark black soil and seed your garden with it because it's really rich with mycelium. Yep, Florida peat. And it's very natural. So sometimes you can do a lot of this without purchasing extra soil.
Absolutely.
Right.
I have, let's look over here. See what we got going on this side. Sweet potatoes I see going crazy over there.
Yeah, those are sweet potato residuals that I threw over the edge, and they're just coming on over.
Sweet potatoes doing sweet potatoes. That's what they do.
Yeah, sweet potatoes just take over. So if you ever decide to grow sweet potatoes, and those are Marasaki sweet potatoes. Have you had the Marasaki?
I don't know if I have.
Marasaki are purple. Maybe we can see if we can dig one up.
Okay.
And very, very rich, very, very nice flavor. Japanese sweet potatoes, excellent.
Cool. I have another purple one, but it's got a little different of a vine. I think that's good for people here too, is finding, I'm a big fan of finding what works in your local environment, and whether that's in Florida, what part of Florida, but like wherever you are in the country or in the world, finding what grows good. Like, again, when I think about stuff out here, it is plums and peaches and loquats and mangoes and avocados do great, right? So there's other stuff that you can push boundaries with. But then you can even get stuff that grows what we call like short cycled foods, right? So your sweet potatoes, your cassavas, your bananas and plantains, your gingers and turmerics, you can put those in the ground in the spring and get something in 6, 9, 12 months.
Yeah, right away.
So like that was the one biggest thing I would have changed. No, that I'd learned some stuff, but one thing that I didn't change in year 2 from year 1 that I now did do for the next year is more papayas. Because they're so huge. They're so quick to grow.
And they're so healthy too.
Yes,
they
green,
really help.
You can even as a fruit and a vegetable.
So papayas are huge. So that's one thing maybe we can do more of too here.
I got I put a seed in the ground in November. I just did a video about this.
Just a little seed?
A little seed, a papaya seed out of a papaya, right? It is taller than me right now, and it's loaded with fruit. And it's 10 months.
Do you realize how good they are for your gut biome?
I've been told, but I don't know.
Yes, they're very good for your gut biome. They really help lower blood sugars. Cool. It's that one fruit that I tell my patients, if you're going to eat fruit as a diabetic, which we don't encourage a lot of fruit for diabetics in the beginning when their sugars are really high, for sure. Just because of the way they're metabolized through the liver and they elevate triglycerides and all that kind of good stuff. We actually, papaya is one of those ones that some people that don't have too much insulin resistance can take, and it really, really makes an impact on their health. So
if I can take a moment to highlight something that I've wanted to formally share with people is this. So for that person, it's not smart to consume a lot of fruit right now, right?
Absolutely.
There's this other notion I was hearing somebody talk about how if you eat fruit in the spring and the summer, which is no matter where you live, that's typically when it's ripe, right? Right. Then it will stimulate the body to create fat in the winter.
Oh, for sure.
And they were steering people away from that. And this is where I say nutrition content's great, but the context has to be so important. You just talked about how somebody, it's probably not the best for them to consume a lot of fruit. Right? Somebody like myself who thrives with that type of energetic pulse, it would probably help for me, right? So it's all about the context. There's no information in nutrition that's like, well, this is just what it is. Maybe
that's why everybody, your nutritional platform is really based on you. And if you don't have somebody educating you on what's right for you, you can't just take any diet and follow it. You really have to have it modeled toward you. And we do that. So I have patients that come in that might be cancer, pre-cancer, they might be too thin, and I may encourage them to eat more fruit. Yeah. You know, and so it is variable.
I just want to acknowledge how beautiful of a system that is, that we eat what is seasonal and what is ripe and what is local to us. And my body knows what to do in 6 to 9 months now. Talk about a long-term investment. I plant a fruit tree today, and I got 6 mangoes my first year, 18 last year. What am I getting next year?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's the same thing when I'm eating. My body, there's an intelligence that's far beyond what my conscious mind knows what to do.
That's
right.
exactly
And if we can
right.
just follow the guide that's helping us, which is if fruit is ripe in this season, it might be smart to eat it if you live here.
If you're healthy.
If you're healthy,
if
right.
you can do that.
Right?
Sometimes we need to detox, get back to baseline, and then we can follow that track.
It's true. It's a good point.
Yeah. So sometimes that is the case.
For
Very
sure.
cool. Very, very cool.
I love it. Oh, my favorite. I got to get some CISO. This is my favorite.
This is CISO spinach. Right? It's really, it's hard. It's very rough. We do
like
put
a
it
crunch
in the salad.
to it.
Yeah.
I like it on like hamburgers. I've done it on like some black bean burgers.
Right. So very,
also
very
Brazilian
good.
spinach is called. Got some more longevity spinach.
Right. That's a softer leaf.
Mm-hmm.
Much more tender.
Mm-hmm.
But
you were making a comment about that other one is edible. It's a little bit slimier. I think it was the Suriname spinach. You guys have a lot of spinaches here.
Well, it's because I told Ryan when we planted, my big thing was vegetables. I mean, because vegetables have so many, not that fruits don't, but for so many phytonutrients with so much inflammation.
I didn't even notice this. This is ready to be cut.
Okay.
This is biomass. This is also the pigeon pea that's going to release nitrogen.
Right.
If I pulled this plant out of the ground, you would see those little nitrogen balls. We go to the store, we buy the nitrogen fertilizer and hit our farms and gardens with it.
Right.
It's actually on this tree.
Oh, that
I can't
is
make
cool.
this up. It's literally there.
So when you guys come, we got to schedule that, right?
Yeah, we'll get something soon. Yeah, because you're due for a prune on all these pigeon peas are ready to be cut.
We can suck some more knowledge out of you guys.
Yeah, the system's only working because of the disturbances and because of the interventions. Or I shouldn't say it only working, it's speeding up. That's the value in what we're able to do here. Because again, the force is doing it on a much larger scale.
So when we chop and drop these, do we put them through a mulcher?
I don't. Again, if you want to keep a garden that looks a certain way.
Just cut it, trim, and then just throw it.
Yeah, like I would cut this branch and then I'd go snip, snip, snip and kind of just make it into smaller pieces and lay. Some people don't like the look.
Yeah, it's okay.
But if people are fine with
it might handle my OCD. If I do that, it might help improve me in my OCD, so that I'll have to just deal with the dynamics. Other people's. And my husband, who's more OCD because of his engineering background, would be like, I don't want our yard to look a mess.
Okay, so here's the ways to combat that. I feel like I'm on a mission to take what's commonly known for those who are watching syntropic agroforestry is typically done in rows, right?
Right.
And it's a really productive means because of the ease of maintenance, right? Because if I can just go down my row and I'm cutting the same plant and then I cut the same plant and I do it the same time of year, I have a very easy process. I can train people easily because it's like, cool, go cut this plant in that row. Very easy.
Right.
Where with this, you got to kind of wander around and kind of find, okay, what plant do I prune it up top, low, and then there's more thought process into it. So the reason I was bringing that up is I feel like I'm on a mission to get those results that's not as labor intensive in the backyard food forest, because I know I got some people that have work. Exactly. There's been some people. I
prepare lectures. I got to teach my people.
We need to make it feasible, right? We need to make this realistic to people in their lives. And I'm modeling it on my own property while I'm still learning how to model. I was just having a great conversation with my friend yesterday about it. But being able to provide that for others because they want this, but they're not going to be a farmer.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's the
sometimes people look at this and they're like, Andrea, Dr. Cletus, how do you do it all?
Yeah.
I can do it all because this is self-sustaining. And then, I may get help to help do things, but I'm learning as I go how to make it biodynamic. And it really, so every morning, if I go for a run or I do my resistance training or I do my, I always pray every morning. And then after I do that, before I go to work, I come out here, pull some weeds, spend some time being grateful, being connected to the earth, getting my electromagnetic free, even though I have my mat inside, I do a little more natural electromagnetic frequency resistance there, or electromagnetic frequency waves that come from the earth. And so it helps.
20 minutes a day, like you said, 15 minutes a day, just getting some outside time early in the morning when it's cool, late at the evening.
Yep. And then,
it's easy.
Then Sparta loves it too. The animals love it.
They love you being out
Biggie,
here.
man, he was going crazy. My
Dude,
daughter's
that guy's
dog.
Nuts.
If you guys have a chance, look at Biggie on YouTube. He's hysterical.
Has he got a YouTube channel?
He's got a YouTube channel, Biggie. He is hysterical. He's tearing it up in the Bahamas right now.
Is he?
Oh my God. Everybody knows him over in Freeport. He's
dude,
he's his own person.
Dude.
He's his own little dog person. So he's got a character.
Very cool. Let's see what else we got here. Let's bring this kind of. Was that a moringa tree that didn't make it?
Yeah, no, that's not moringa. That's moringa over there. That was one of the longer leaved ones. It's a chop and drop, but I don't even know how it got
so I
chopped.
learned these Again, I don't know if I'm not super
This is-
familiar with these. It says Bania, but when you chop them, they just wait till next year. They don't really grow back in their, they're kind of like the annuals.
Right.
But
Oh,
again,
okay.
when this guy grew up, his roots were deepening. He was pulling nitrogen in. He should have nodules on his roots. When you cut them, it's released and he lets go of everything. And you laid the organic matter back down. So again, in practice, that
He's
was what it was supposed
recycling.
to be. He would be recycled. Like I said, the pigeon pea would be recycled. You can chop a lot of the banana leaves and lay
So
those back down.
what's interesting, and I think I
Yeah.
told you last time, this banana leaf, as opposed to the banana leaves over there, are used in cooking. So you can take this, you soak it in some water, you dry it out, and then you can put your fish in here and you can steam your fish.
In that?
Oh yeah.
I didn't.
And your sticky rice, it's phenomenal.
Cool.
But you can't do with every banana leaf. It's the shape of this banana leaf, but it's phenomenal. But look at the 2 racks.
That's
We got
cool.
another set
There
of
you go.
big racks there.
They just need
So,
some more mulch.
yeah.
Some mulch.
Yeah, well, we got it. We just need to.
There you go. Yeah, you just chop it and keep feeding it.